Hello, this is a mini documentary on Spanish conquistadors and the Indian tribes. The Spanish conquistadors looked to expand into North America around 1500. Their main goals were gold, God, and glory. There were rumors of a city of gold in the New World, and Spain and the conquistadors were looking for wealth. They also colonized in the name of God, converting pagan savages, as they would have called them, into God-fearing Catholics gave them an honorable reason to explore and expand. Finally, the conquistadors went to conquer in the name of their country. At this point, other countries were exploring and expanding outside of Europe. It became a game of sorts, who could conquer the most. An important document from the Spanish colonization of North America was the Requerimiento of 1510. This requirement was a document to be read aloud to the defeated Indians. It was meant to be an ultimatum to the native peoples. It was a religious justification for global authority of the Roman Catholic Church and also an ultimatum to the native people. It warned that all Indians must accept Spanish rule and Christian preaching or risk subjugation, enslavement, and death. This document was usually read in Latin with no interpreters available. One of the documents claimed the prime purpose of this document was self-justification for the Spanish invaders. There were a few famous conquistadors: Hernan Cortez, Francisco Pizarro, and Hernando de Soto, just to name a few. Cortez conquered the Aztecs in Mexico. Pizarro defeated the Incans in Peru, and de Soto explored southeastern North America. One article compared these conquistadors to other famous conquerors like Alexander the Great, Napoleon, and even Hitler. All of these men craved power and refused to quit. However, not all Spaniards of this time felt the same way. Bartolomé de las Casas wrote a short account of the destruction of the Indies in 1542. One particular excerpt showed how destructive the Spanish were to the native peoples. The cause for which the Christians have slain and destroyed such infinite number of souls has been simply to get, as their ultimate end, the Indians' gold of them, and to stuff themselves with riches in a very few days, and to raise themselves to high estates, without proportion to their birth or breeding, as should be noted, owing to the insatiable greed and ambition that they have all had, which has been greater than any the world has ever seen before. All the Indians of all the Indies never once aught hurt or wronged to Christians, but rather held them to be descended from heaven, from the sky, until many times they or their neighbors received from the Christians many acts of wrongful harm, theft, murder, violence, and vexation. In short, he thought that the Spanish invasion of these countries was nothing short of evil. The effects of the Spanish conquistadors were long-lasting. The prevalence of Spanish-speaking Roman Catholics in South America and Central America are due to the conquistadors' influence. The native peoples of this area had to choose between being killed and assimilating to the Spanish culture. Because of this, much of the culture of the Indians was lost. Thank you for listening to the mini documentary on Spanish conquistadors and the Indian tribes.